welcome back everyone. Well, it's a beautiful winter day in the midst of a winter storm, and I'm out here looking for chaga. Today we're going to make chaga body butter. So what is chaga? Chaga is a fungus that grows predominantly on trees like birch, like this paper birch right here. And I'll show you over here, there's a yellow birch. So this is yellow birch here. It's got this fine yellow paper. Fun fact, in the winter you can take a little bit of twigs off of this if they're low to the ground and make a lovely winter green tea. I did a video on that. So chaga has mega antioxidant power. So I'm out here looking for chaga. This is the time of year to harvest it. The trees are kind of in a dormant state, and it's responsible to kind of, harvest chaga in sort of a smaller amount. You don't want to just like hack down the tree or really carve into the tree to get it out. I've harvested chaga from one tree for, I don't know, over like 6, 7, 8 years. So I just take a little bit off at a time and drink it in a tea. And tea has purported anti-inflammatory, antioxidant powers. So let's keep looking for chaga. And then we find some, I'm going to head back home and we're going to make some chaga body butter. As you can see here, the paper birch, white birch. It's got beautiful bark. Some of you will know this tree when you start fires. The bark really lights up. And I did a video on chaga identification earlier on my channel, so I'm going to put the link down below in the description box. Well, it didn't take me long. If we look up, we see black fungus right up here. Let's zoom in. There we go. Might be a little bit hard to see, but there she is. All right, so we're back in the house now, and I have some chaga. So again, I don't harvest a whole lot, just for my needs. And as you can see, what we're going to do is we're going to cut it up into little chunks to sort of do a water extraction of some of the properties that chaga has. You can see that the chaga itself is sort of dark on the outside and has that, like, I don't know, cinnamon brown color on the inside. So we're going to cut them up into little chunks, and I'm going to put some water in my Instant Pot. And we're going to let that simmer for, I don't know, 6 to 8 hours. And then we'll have some chaga tea, and we'll use some for the body butter. Now it is quite a very firm fungus, so you're going to need to cut it up. I've got my Leatherman tool here, so I've got a little saw, so I've been breaking off little pieces, and you can cut it up with that. And now we just add all our chunks to the water and put it on a low temperature and extract some of the goodness from the chaga. As you can see, I've got all the chunks in there now, and the water's already turning like a tea-like color. So we're gonna let this sort of steep for a really long time, and then we're gonna make our body butter. Gotta love my new mug. Really nice chaga tea. Really, really good for you. Purported benefits. A lot of people with arthritis enjoy a cup of chaga tea a day. You don't want to overdo it, but it has really good antioxidants in it. So a lot of people have sworn by it for generations. Super nice gift from the forest. So I should mention the chaga for today's body butter recipe was one harvested previously that has been dried. So don't use it just fresh off the tree. I do dry it before I use it in the recipe. Let's head over to the kitchen and work on our body butter. So we'll need some raw shea butter. I've got some essential oils right there. I've got some vitamin E oil. It's a good preservative and good for your skin. And I've got some sweet almond oil as well. I just got this at Walmart. Let's have a look at our chaga tea. It's been going for hours and hours now. Look at that beautiful color there. And we'll just need a little bit of this for the body butter. And don't forget, you can store your chaga tea in the fridge, and don't forget to dry out your chunks for future use. Don't throw them out after one use. I have the stove here with my grandma's double boiler. So basically a double boiler is just a pot with water in it that nests another pot in the top. So you don't scald things. If you're making chocolate sauce and stuff, you would use a double boiler. So we're just going to heat this up, and then we'll melt the shea butter in there. Just going to add that in there, get that melted. All right, now that we're all melted, I'm going to add in a couple of teaspoons of sweet almond oil. Now we're going to take this off the heat. And now that it's cooling down, it's time to add in the vitamin E oil. I think I also picked this up at Walmart. It's 100% pure. Also helps your skin big time. And it helps to preserve the body butter. because it's a little bit of a preservative, but a natural one at that. I'm just going to add in a couple of teaspoons of that as well. These things are kind of cooling down here. And last but not least, a couple tablespoons of the chaga extract. A quick way to do it, just slide her in. Water and oil repel, we will be whipping this into the mixture. There you go. So now we're going to, as you can see, they don't mix well together because it's water and oil. So now what we're going to do is we're going to whip this together. So as you can see, this is coming together really well. What I'm going to do now is put it in the freezer to cool it down a bit to make the whipping process go a little bit faster. All right, had in the freezer for a little bit, going to take it out. Looks like it's getting nice and solid. We'll continue the whipping. But what I'd like to do now is add some essential oils. So I've got different ones. I have pine, fir, and wintergreen. I think I'm going to use pine in this one. So we'll use 30 drops of that and whip it all in. So that looks really good, nice and whipped up. So this body butter can be a little bit greasy because of the oils in it. What I'm going to do is add a little bit of rice starch to it to cut the greasiness in terms of how it feels. Just going to start with about half a tablespoon, but you can add up to a tablespoon if you'd like. All right, so there we go. Now what you can do is you can add this into a piping bag and we can pipe it into our little containers or just a spatula. I might pipe this into like a plastic baggie and then stick it into my container. So let's see how that goes. Just take one of these little bags. This is so light and fluffy. We're just gonna stick it in this and we'll cut the corner off and pipe it into our cute little containers. Smells so good. It smells very piney. The shea butter itself has a bit of a nutty smell to it. So if you don't want anything scented, you can leave it as is. The shea butter has a natural kind of nut scent to it. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of body butter, guys. Yeah, 100 grams goes a long way. All right. All right, here we go. There we go. Nice. Well, there we go. So I use my spatula to push that in there. Probably should have just done that in the first place, but boy, this is like light as a cloud. This is really, really nice stuff. There we go. Just gonna squish that in there. There we go. I'm just going to kind of scrape off the top. And we can go into the next one. So this is for me. I'm just going to put a couple little chunks of chaga on top there. Doesn't that look cute? All right, so let's give this body butter a try. So I don't recommend this on the face, but this is just for the skin on your body. It's a little bit too greasy and poor clogging. Try this on my hand because my hands get so dry during the winter. Oh yeah, that's nice. So nice and hydrating. Perfect, and it smells amazing. It smells like pine trees in the forest. And I just want to show you after less than 5 minutes, it's already soaked into my skin. So I guess my skin was pretty darn dehydrated. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video making the chaga body butter, and it will hydrate you all winter long. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.